Welcome to Wausau West. Just a quick sound check here. Coming up is Wausau West Warriors taking on the DC Everest Evergreens. Windy, warm day here in Wausau. This is Dan Lau on play-by-play. We got some Wisconsin Valley baseball coming up for you. Just a sound test right now. Stay tuned for first pitch coming at 2 p.m. Thank you. Welcome to Zaleski Sports for the Auto Select pregame show. DC Everest Wausau West baseball coming up for you in just a moment. This is Dan Lau bringing you today's game. Moved up early in case of the upcoming storm. Today's pregame is brought to you by Auto Select, located on Schofield Avenue in Weston, which has been providing dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. With a 3-year nationwide warranty and free roadside assistance at Auto Select, you're good to go. That's Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston, and also on Highway 10 East and Church Street in Stevens Point. Wausau West coming in today with a 5-11 record, 2-5 in conference, taking on 14-3 DC Everest, who is undefeated in conference play, 7-0. We will take a quick break here to hear from Auto Select, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Find auto repairs, brakes, tires, and oil changes all in one place at Auto Select in Weston. At Auto Select, you can expect dependable automotive repair from the experts you can trust will exceed your expectations. Auto repair has never been so comfortable with a spacious, clean waiting room with refreshments along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. And ask about their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. For your next auto repair or maintenance, bring your vehicle to Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. This game being moved up today due to coming rain. We hope that holds off so we can play all of this one and so I can keep broadcasting all of this one.
All right.
Taking a look at the DC Everest lineup today, leading off Nevin Poppy, batting second, Brennan Hochberger, third, Cole Van Slyke, fourth, Ryan Scholes, fifth, Ty Rohde, sixth, Aiden Haupt, seventh, Logan George, eighth, J.J. Lewis, ninth, George Jablonski. Now looking at the Wausau West lineup, pitching today, Ty Teske, catching, Travis Clotty, first base, Marshall Helke, second base, Cohen Bryant, short, Tony Eiffeldano, third, Dylan Landrath. Joe Gravine will be DHing for Landrath. And from left to right in the outfield, you got Ryder Schindler, Miles Waldvogel, and Ethan Sillers. Pitching today for the Evergreens is Carter Miller. Scholes batting in place of Miller.
Number 22, Aiden Haupt.
DC Everest started the season 0-3 and have been scorching hot ever since 14-game winning streak for the Evergreens. They are now come in to today 14-3 overall. Wausau West 2-5 in conference play, 5-11 overall. Last week they picked up a key win on Stevens Point.
Starting lineup for the Wausau West Warriors, leading off and doing the catching, number 19, Travis Clotty.
And Moseny. These two played on Tuesday. DC Everest winning 3-0 over in Schofield.
Doing the designated hitting, number 1, Joe Gravine.
This is Dan Lau bringing you play-by-play today. Thank you for joining me on this windy afternoon. You'll notice that my camera will probably be shaking a little bit because it's high winds here in Wausau. Wausau West coming today with the white uniforms and the navy blue pinstripes. DC Everest in their black uniforms.
Batting seventh, playing center field, number 13, Miles Waldvogel.
Introductions taking place here. Let's take a look at a couple of our sponsors. Thank you to all our sponsors helping us bring these games. Lead Car Toyota of Wausau. Discover unbeatable deals and award-winning service. Your full-service destination for everything Toyota, including our state-of-the-art collision center. Find us on North 20th Avenue in Wausau.
Wausau West High School and DC Everest High School. Good sportsmanship and education.
Introductions are over with, and we will listen to our national anthem here.
For the enjoyment of respectable and tenants, your cooperation demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Umpires today, Scott Bellinger and Dennis Mock. We ask those who are able to please rise, face the Wausau West dugout for the playing of the greatest song on the planet with the national anthem.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. Dan Lau here bringing you play-by-play for DC Everest, Wausau West, Wisconsin Valley baseball action. Due up for the Evergreens in the top of the first, Nevin Poppy, Brennan Hochberger, Cole Van Slyke. Pitching today for Wausau West, Ty Teske. Lefty for the Warriors. Thank you for joining me on this afternoon. This game is brought to you by Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau, offering a state-of-the-art facility with excellent benefits, pay, culture, and so much more. Join a growing company and get your career on the right path. Learn more and apply at GreatLakesCheese.com. Wausau West and DC Everest having played on That's where that went. Thank you. Having played on just Tuesday. In a 3-0 game, DC Everest taking that one. Their 14th in a row. Coming up next week for Wausau West, they have Marshfield on Tuesday, Marshfield on Thursday. And then the week after that, they close out their season with Wisconsin Rapids in a Tuesday-Thursday split. Now we got opening pitch here from Ty Teske to Nevin Poppy. And that's high. Ruled a ball by the umpire, and we are underway here in Wausau. Trying to get this one in before the rain, and we are sticking true to the 2 o'clock first pitch. 2-0 to Poppy. And that's high and inside, 3-0. And that's a high strike, 3-1 to the leadoff hitter. And that's fouled away, full count to Poppy. Decent crowd today despite the early start time. And that's a walk to Poppy.
Brings up the left fielder number 6, Brennan Hochberger.
Bringing up Brennan Hochberger, the left fielder for the Evergreens. Both teams, both softball and baseball teams, having a great season at DC Everest this year. And that's laid down for a bunt foul. The DC Everest softball team, last I saw, were undefeated. That may have changed, but as of last week, I believe they were still undefeated. That's high. 1-1 to Hochberger. I believe that was actually ruled a strike, 0-2. Unless the scoreboard's wrong. But that seemed a bit high and inside to me. This is the best view I've had this season, right behind home plate, as Teske throws down to first to keep Poppy honest. Teske delivers high. 1-2. That's over the head of Hochberger, 2-2. Teskey throws back to first. Poppy safe in time. Intermittent sun here with high winds. Some dark clouds. Another full count. Rain set to come, hopefully not before 4:30. Another walk. First two batters on via base by ball. Bring up Cole Van Slyke, the catcher. I think the winds are, not sure about the gusts, but 20 miles an hour on average, I think, right now. That one's high, 1-0 to Van Slyke, the lefty hitter, catcher for the Evergreens. A team you want to find the strike zone against. You don't want to... They're a good enough team as is DC Everest. You don't want to give them free passes. And a quick trip to the mound. Coach talking over with Teskey. And Claudia making his way up there as well. 2-0 to the number 3 hitter in Van Slyke. France Propane is your locally owned complete service propane company. They've served all of central Wisconsin for over 2 generations. Learn more at francepropane.com. France Propane, local quality family. And that's a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. I'm sure you're able to hear that wind in my mic. 3-1. The Evergreens will, and that's hit over the head of Helke. Ranges over and it drops. The wind messed with that one, and it looks like they call infield fly rule. So 1 down. Bringing up Ryan Scholes, the designated hitter. We now have runners on first and third.
Brings up the DH number 27, Ryan Schultz.
Ryan Scholes hitting for Carter Miller, the Evergreen pitcher today. Teskey looking in, and that's a high ball, 1-0. Runners on the corners for the cleanup hitter. And down to second goes Hochberger. Now 2 in scoring position for Everest. That's high. A lot of Teskey's misses so far having been high. No balls in the dirt. 3-0 now to Schultz. And that's a walk. Now all 3 base runners on via walk. Bases loaded for Rhodey.
Brings up 37, right fielder, Ty Rhodey.
And due up after Rhodey is Aiden Haupt. Another left-handed hitter in the Everest lineup. Bases loaded, 1 down. With the right fielder stepping up. And that's a curveball in for a strike. Nice pitch by Teskey. And he hits it to third. And Poppy back in time. Nice catch and heads-up play by Landreth. And I looked down to check my playbook and see if I can watch that back. I think it was a live ball because the West players were standing there, no time was called, and Poppy, making a heads-up play, scored. I went down to mark my playbook and Poppy was crossing the plate. So now we have second and third, 2 down, and 1 run in. And 1 run in for Everest. Now Haupt up to bat. As I was saying, Landreth with a nice play at third, and then heads up, went to go get Poppy to tag him out, or at least to step on base to double him up. And then after that, the ball must have been live, and Poppy went and scored. Nevertheless, runners on second and third, 2 down, 1 in for Haupt, who's ahead 3-0. And that's outside. Another walk for Teskey. Not the first inning you drew up with 4 walks. It would be very fortunate for the Warriors if they surrender just 1 run in the top of this first inning here with 4 walks. Infield fly and a line out. And it was an unconventional way to score, too. So bases loaded, 2 down for Haupt. Sorry, for George. George playing second today for Everest. And George didn't bite on that pitch. And Teskey falling behind once again, 3-0. And that's a good pitch by Teskey, taken by George. 3-1 is the count to the number 7 hitter. That's outside. George takes a walk and another run in for Everest.
Batting center fielder number 1, J.J. Lewis.
J.J. Lewis, the center fielder, up to bat for Everest. 2 down, bases loaded, 2 in. High and outside, 1-0. Teskey firing in, and that curves in for a strike. 1-1 to Lewis. And that's a big cut. 1-2. Teskey finally ahead of a batter. Every batter so far has had a favorable count. 2-2 now to Lewis. And that's inside, full count to Lewis. All runners going, hit into the outfield, and that's gone! J.J. Lewis with a grand slam. The first hit of the game for Everest. All walks so far until the Lewis grand slam. And just like that, 6-0 Evergreens. What a hit out into left center by Lewis.
Something up to shortstop, number 16, George Jablonski.
George Jablonski now up. With no one on, 2 out, 6-0 Evergreens. As I'm pretty sure someone went to go fetch that ball for JJ. Swing and a miss, 0-2. That's foul back right at me. I want to know what that looked like from your point of view. Coming back right at, fortunately there's a fence. And that's hit out into center. Jablonski with a hit. And we are back to the top of the order. Nevin Poppy walked and scored earlier this inning. 2 down, 1 on for the leadoff hitter. Long inning in the field for West. And he makes contact with this one, and it's hit way foul. And he makes contact with it, fouled, 0-2. Teskey ahead of Poppy here. Desperately wanting to get out of this inning. 5 walks, 2 hits, 6 runs. And Jablonski safe at first on the throwback. That's low, 1-2. Hit down to third and past a diving Landreth. Now we got runners on first and second for Hochberger. Walked and scored. And the ball has been retrieved from the grand slam. And that's gone. Another home run for the Evergreens, this time by Hochberger, a 3-run shot. So they started with all walks, and now it's all hits for the Evergreens. Another home run here in the first. The ball is flying out today, with the wind coming over into left. And looks like we'll have a pitching change. We'll find out who. Evergreens 9, Wausau West 0. I'll be back after this.
If the check engine light comes on in your car, do you address it or hope it goes away on its own? Pain is your body's check engine light signaling that something isn't right. Innovative Health in Weston can help identify and fix the aches and pains of everyday life. We deliver effective chiropractic care for every joint in your body, from your neck to your back to your knees and feet. With 4 doctors on staff and advanced treatment options, we've been consistently voted a top chiropractic and sports medicine clinic in central Wisconsin. Whether you're a high school athlete, a pregnant mom, or just feeling the wear and tear of life, give us a call at Innovative Health in Weston today.
Feel better, live better, Innovative Health.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Welcome back to Wausau West, still the first inning. And now pitching is Miles Waldvogel, it looks like, for the Warriors. So, to recap, 5 walks, a run scores on a heads-up play, then a grand slam by J.J. Lewis, couple base hits, and a 3-run homer by Brennan Hochberger. 9-0 Evergreens. Still the first inning, 20 minutes later. His first pitch took place at 2. So now, no one on, 2 out, Cole Van Slyke. Infield fly, his first at-bat.
Now batting the catcher, number 19, Cole Van Slyke.
And that's a ball. Waldvogel now batting. Or pitching, sorry, for the Warriors. Van Slyke batting. Now 2-0 to Van Slyke. Three and 0. Culligan Waters specializes in all your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. That's a strike, 3-1. And the sun back out, feeling pretty warm when it's sunny, and the clouds come in and it gets very windy, and that's another walk. First from Waldvogel. Ryan Scholes walked and scored
Up the DH, number 27,
earlier in the inning.
Come on, Ryan.
Courtesy runner Cooper Ritchie for Van Slyke, who's now on first. It's Waldvogel throws him back to first. That's a strike. Two and one to Scholes. Low, 3-1. Not how the Warriors drew it up today. A long, long, long first inning for them. As Richie's safe down at first. And that's a pass ball. Richie down to second. Two and one to the cleanup hitter of the Evergreens. Already tripling the amount of runs they put up on Tuesday against West. Waldvogel fires in high. 3-1 to Scholes. Hitting in place of Carter Miller, who has yet to see the field. 24 minutes into the game, the starting pitcher of the Evergreens. Full count. And some crazy gusts right now. And that curves outside. Another walk. Ty Rohde, who lined out to third on the, that was what set up the first run of the game by Poppy. His heads-up base running. And pass ball, a lot of room here behind home. Both runners advance. Second and third now. If there's a pass ball here, so much space for the ball to get away and the runners to scamper to the next bag. Apologize, I was slacking on the scoreboard with the base runners. Runners on second and third, 2 down. Rohde hits it and cannot be played. 1 run in, another one in, 2-run single for Rohde.
Brings up the first baseman, number 22.
Scholes and Richie scoring, adding on 2 more for the Evergreens. 11-0 DC Everest. Still 2 out. It has now been a full batting order since the last out, as Rohde was the second out. And he now stands at first after the 2-run single. Aiden Haupt walked and scored, is up. As I said, you do not want to give free passes to this Evergreen team. After all the walks, 2 big home runs, more walks, and then a 2-run single. This hit into the gap by Haupt. And around to score is Rohde. A 1-run double. Rohde all the way down from first, scoring on the double by Haupt. 12-0.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 7, Logan George.
Logan George walked and scored with a run batted in earlier in the inning. Ten batters since the last recorded out. Now Waldvogel's ahead 0-2 on George. And that's fouled away. Lewis on deck, who just grand slammed a short bit ago. And inside, 1-2 to the second baseman. And dead ball. Most runs I've seen in an inning this season. By a good margin. 12 in the first inning by Everest. Is chopped to second, fielded, and thrown to first for the third out. Everest puts up 12 runs on the Warriors. Bottom of the first coming up in just a bit.
Are you ready to give your kids a head start on smart money habits? With Abbey Bank's Bright Future Checking, kids and teens can learn to manage money with you right by their side. They get their own debit card, and you can keep an eye on spending with easy-to-use mobile banking and card controls. The Bright Future Checking account has no fees, no minimum balance, and kids get a bonus after the first deposit is made. Give your child the power of independence. Stop in or visit abbeybank.com to get started. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
Welcome back to Wausau West. Bottom of the first inning. Everest up 12-0. Due up for the Warriors. Claudy, Schindler, Gravine. Carter Miller all warmed up. And half an hour into the game, he finally sees the field. He saw all his teammates produce in the top half of the inning and probably wondering when it's his turn. And now he takes the mound for the Evergreens. West happy to be out of that nightmare of a top of a first. And that curves in for a strike. 0-1 to Claudy. Get help finding your next career at Express Employment Professionals. Locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. Learn more at expresspros.com. That's hit way foul down the first baseline. 0-2 to Claudy. For all your personal, business, auto, and life insurance needs, there's always a local agent you can look to at Access Insurance. Learn more at accessinsurance.net. Access Insurance, their business revolves around you. One and two to the catcher. Miller outside, 2-2. And that's chopped over the head of Miller. And out at first is Claudy on the 6-3 putout from Jablonski to Haupt.
Brings up left fielder number 2, Ryder Schindler.
And now batting second, Ryder Schindler, the left fielder for West. That long first inning did not help our cause of holding off the rain. And that's a first pitch ball to Schindler, 1-0. Good eye by Schindler on that curveball from Miller. Three and 0 to Schindler. Miller delivers. And that's a walk. First base runner for West. Bringing up Joe Gravine, the DH hitting for Dylan Landreth, the third baseman.
Brings up the DH number 1, Joe Gravine.
Miller to Gravine. And the breaking ball gets him. 0-2. Schindler over on first. Gravine up and Eifeldano due up next for the Warriors. That's hit high into center and caught by Lewis. 2 down, 1 on. Eifeldano batting for the Warriors.
Brings up the shortstop. Number 10, Tony Eifeldano.
And that's a strike. 0-1. DC Everest on their 14-game win streak. Coming out hot. Putting up 12 runs in the top half of this first inning. Curves in for a strike, 0-2. Speaking of winning streaks, Minnesota Twins fan here, they just picked up their 12th in a row, sweeping Baltimore. 0-2 to Eifeldano. That's high. Van Slyke looks back. Schindler at first. Hit past Miller to second and bobbled, allowing both runners to be safe. That'll be E4 on the play. Bring up Ty Teskey, who was the starting pitcher. He may have, I didn't catch all the fielding changes, but Waldvogel, who was in center, took over for him, so perhaps he's in center. At any rate, first and second, 2 down, Teskey batting. And that's hit into the outfield for a single, for a hit anyway. I don't know why I assumed single. And that's a run in for the Warriors. Ryan Schindler scoring. Runners now at first and second. Teskey with the RBI single.
Brings up the right fielder, number 33, Ethan Sillers.
Ethan Sillers, the right fielder to bat. 2 down, 2 on. And this is chop foul past Poppy at third. Both runners return.
Get out of here.
Wausau West would love to put up a crooked number in the bottom of the first to try to whittle into this big deficit they find themselves in. Miller gets a swing and a miss on the curveball. 0-2 to the number 5 hitter in Teskey. Miller looking back, Eifeldano at second. Delivers outside, 1-2. And that's high, 2-2. The wind is just a menace right now. As you can tell by the shaking camera and probably the sound in the microphone. 2-2 to Sillers. And he gets a swing and a miss for the first strikeout of the afternoon. Wausau West puts up a run. They now trail DC Everest 12-1 with the top of the second coming up in just a bit.
Doctor basically said, you're going to be in a wheelchair and walking with a walker. And I'm like, what? I'm like, that's my life? That's my life story? I looked around on the internet and I found Shai at Next Step Prosthetics. And I came in and met with him and I felt so comfortable here, so unfearful. He said, we're going to get you up and walking.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. Dan Lau here on Play-by-Play. Due up for Everest, top of the second. Louis Jablonski, Poppy. Louis, of course, hitting that grand slam, which brought the game from 2-0 to 6-0. Now hitting. Marshfield Dairy Fest is May 30th and 31st. Check out visitmarshfield.com for all the details. See you in Marshfield for a fun-filled weekend at Dairy Fest. Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last. Saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors, we guarantee quality you can trust. Waldvogel back on the mound for West. He hopes to turn the tides here. Everest putting up 12 in the top half of the first. 1-1 now to number 1. And that hits him. Leadoff runner on, bringing up Jablonski, who singled and scored back in the first. Not the start you want for West. certainly a leadoff runner. And that's hit out into right and caught by Sillers for the first out. Bring up the top of the order, Nevin Poppy, 1 for 1 with a walk and 2 runs.
No batting. Third baseman, number 9, Nevin Poppy.
Waldvogel throws down to first. Lewis back in time. Very impressive season so far by the Evergreens, who started 0-3. They began the year with 2 losses to McWanago and then to New Richmond, then rattled off 14 W's since. And that's a swing and a miss. One and 1 to Poppy. And this is chopped foul. Waldvogel looking to his catcher, Claudy. Delivers. And another one fouled away by Nevin Poppy. Pretty good crowd for matinee baseball. And that curves in for a ball. 2-2. Outside, full count to the third baseman. The wind is absolutely nuts right now. And that's an inside strike, called third strike. Poppy down. 2 down now. Bring up Brennan Hochberger, who hit that 3-run shot in his second time through the order in the first inning. That third strike, nice pitch by Waldvogel, locked up Poppy. Lewis safe on the throwback. That's a called strike. 0-1 to Hochberger. And hit back to Waldvogel. And thrown to first for the third out. Quicker work by the Warriors. Not allowing any runs in the top of the second. Done with 1.5. More baseball coming up after this.
Selling your car to Dahl Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Dahl Auto. Simple.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Welcome back to Wausau West. Twelve to 1 is the score. Due up for the Warriors: Waldvogel, Helke, Bryant. Peterson Kramer Funeral Home is committed to providing personal and compassionate care for each customer. Let Peterson Kramer Funeral Home step up for you in your time of need. Wausau West having trouble finding their footing this season. 5-11 on the year. They have big wins over some good teams in Mosinee and Stevens Point. But then there are just games that get away from them. Like a 13-5 loss against Merrill, a 14-2 loss against Point, an 8-1 loss against East. But they got Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids coming up next in their schedules. That's a strikeout from Miller. His second of the game.
Batting number 6, Marshall Helke.
Bring up Marshall Helke. They'd like to pick up some momentum to end the season as they head into postseason play. One down, bottom of the second, Helke up. J&D Two Benders was founded in 1968 and has stayed in the Felch family ever since as a locally owned manufacturer specializing in tube bending, welding, and cutting. Find and enjoy the J&D Tube Bending team in the Schofield Industrial Park or at jndtubending.com. That's hit down the third baseline past Poppy. Heading into second, and safe is Helke on the double. One down and runner on second in scoring position for Cohen Bryant, the Warrior second baseman.
Batting number 14, Cohen Bryant. Hey, get the out.
And Miller's throw offline. George unable to get that one. And now another ball past Poppy, but Helke stays put at third. He may have had a chance on that. I'm not sure if he realized that it passed Poppy. But now a runner on third for Cohen Bryant. And that's up by the shoulders, 1-0. And nice diving stop by Poppy. Oh, and unable to be caught. And all of that for it to be ruled foul. I was wondering why Helke wasn't just scoring. But it was ruled foul. A great diving stop by Poppy nonetheless, and pretty good throw considering, down to first, and it was off the top of the glove of Haupt. but the foul ball saves the run. We got a redo here. 1-1 to Bryant. And that's high. And Haupt calls for it in foul territory, making the catch. 2 down, top of the order, Clotty.
Batting the catcher, number 19, Travis Clotty.
Grounded out last inning.
Get out of here now.
Miller gets him to swing on that one. Good breaking ball. Miller's 0-1 pitch high, 1-1. Pain is your body's check engine light signaling something isn't right. Come to Innovative Health in Weston for the best in chiropractic care to keep your body running the way it's meant to work. Feel better, live better, Innovative Health. And this is hit a mile high, heading foul, and caught. An impressive foul catch by Van Slyke to end the inning. And the Warriors strand one after a near run situation. 12-1. Top of the third in just a moment.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Top of the third here in Wausau West. Evergreens 12, Warriors 1. Due up for the Evergreens. Van Slyke, Scholes, Rohde. Van Slyke 0 for 1 today with a walk and a run. He just had that very nice catch. I know you weren't able to see it over on the left side of the camera here, but right up by the fence. It barely didn't hit the fence. I'm sure the wind took it. He ended the inning.
Leaving the Evergreens off at the top of the third. Catcher number 19, Cole Van Slyke.
And Waldvogel back on the mound. He took over for Ty Teske in the first inning. Ty Teske, 5 walks through the first 7 batters. And that's a first pitch strike. 0-1 to Van Slyke. And got a piece of it, fouled down the third baseline. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. And another foul ball. Over on the hill, behind the Warrior dugout. And hit down to first, fielded cleanly by Helke and steps at first for the out.
Brings up the DH 27, Ryan Schultz.
One down, Ryan Schultz, the DH. 2 walks, 2 runs. Waldvogel inside, 1-0. And that's hit fair down the third baseline. Scholes rounding first. Into second as that ball hit as far in the corner as it could go. Rolling as far in the corner as it could go for the double. Bringing up Ty Rohde, the right fielder, 1 for 2. He had a 2-run single in the first inning.
Brings up the right fielder, number 37, Ty Rohde.
As well as a line out. Claudia and Waldvogel talking it over. One and 0 to Rohde. And this is hit out into left and to the wall. Rohde into second. Scholes to home. Another run for the Evergreens.
Keep it going, Nate.
Now 13-1, Aiden Haupt, who is 1 for 1 with a walk, an RBI, a run, and a double. With an office right here in Wausau, Sure Construction offers commercial and custom home construction expertise throughout Wisconsin. For your next construction project, look no further than Sure Construction. Check out their beautiful work at sureconstruction.com. Some dark clouds approaching, but hopefully not the rain yet. That shouldn't be coming until later in the 4 o'clock hour. And to third is Rohde on the pass ball. Runner on third now for Haupt. 1 out here in the top of the third. And this is hit high into center. Caught. And safe is Rohde on the sac fly by Haupt. 2 down, another run in. Logan George to bat.
Brings up number 7, Logan George.
Now no one on base for George, who's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run and an RBI. Waldvogel firing in. 2-1 to George. And that's hit foul. Waldvogel to third. And out at first to end the inning on the 6-3 putout, 5-3 putout. Everest plates a couple more runs. They now lead 14-1.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. Bottom of the third frame, 14-1, Everest on top. And the Warriors are setting up Schindler, Gravine, Eiffeldano. Miller still on the mound for Everest. TRW Auto Body in Mosney offers top quality collision repair, full body repair, along with 24-hour towing and courtesy loaner vehicles, and a lifetime warranty on their work. That's TRW Auto Body in Mosney, your friendly fender bender mender. That's hit foul. Schindler walked and scored in the first inning. And that's hit to short. And out at first. One down for Gravine.
Brings up the DH number 1, Joe Gravine.
Gravine flew out to center in his first at-bat. Hit down to Poppy. And stretching is Haupt. Nice stretch by him, keeping his foot on the bag. And a quick 2 down. Eiffeldano reached on an error.
Shortstop number 10, Tony Eiffeldano.
Now up to the plate. Ty Teskey on deck. Miller, Eiffeldano, and first pitch strike from Miller. That's actually called a ball. Umpire's a better view than I do. But just a bit high, it must have seemed to the umpire. 1-0. And this is hit high into center. Ranging back is Lewis, coming in and catching it. A very quick 1-2-3 inning from Miller and the Evergreens. Top of the fourth coming up after these messages.
Hello, it's Mayor Lois Teastrake asking you to join us for Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Dairy, great time. The fun starts with me on Friday, May 30th at the Mayor's Breakfast, 5:30 to 9:30 a.m. At 5 p.m., head to Columbia Park for family-friendly entertainment, and later join free live music at the Wenzel Family Plaza. Saturday, May 31st, the parade starts at 11 o'clock, and Wenzel Family Plaza will host fun activities. In the afternoon, The Pie and Ice Cream Social is at the Upham Mansion, and Nuts Deep 2 will be hosting an outdoor beer garden with live music. For more information, go to visitmarshfield.com.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
The Auto Service Specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. New pitcher for Wausau West is Bryce Blauback. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Here we are on the top of the fourth, Bryce Blaubach. Now pitching to face Lewis Jablonski Poppy. And looks like we have a pinch hitter for Lewis. It's Caden Allen now hitting in place of Lewis.
Allen.
(14-1), Evergreens ahead. New pitcher, new batter. Mammoth Mortgage is your opportunity for low rates, hassle-free mortgages for buying or refinancing a home throughout Wisconsin. For all your mortgage needs, look to Mammoth Mortgage. No matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered. At the best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird, farm, snacks. Fleet Farm has everything you need, all at the lowest prices. And Blauback. And that's hit to the wall by Caden Allen on the first pitch from the relief pitcher. Lead off double, bringing up George Jablonski.
Shortstop 16.
Not the way Blauback wanted to start his time on the mound. Blauback fires in high, 1-0. And that's hit high into left, wind carrying it and caught for the first out. Ryder Schindler having to deal with the heavy winds. They're blowing out into left. Nevin Poppy now to bat. 1 for 2. That's outside, 1-0. That's inside, 2-0. Allen on second, 1 out. Poppy at bat. Hit foul down the first baseline. Timeout called by the umpire. And that's hitting the hole between third and short. Allen to third. Runners on the corners now for the Evergreens. Bring up Brennan Hochberger, who's 1 for 2. He had that 3-run homer in the first inning. And that's in the hole. Allen scoring, Poppy to second, and another run for the Evergreens, their 15th of the game.
Catcher number 19, Cole.
Cole Van Slyke now up with runners on first and second. He got a piece of that and caught. Foul tip, 1-1. Bryce Blaubach in relief for Waldvogel and Teskey. 1 in this inning, and that's hit to first. And that's the second out. Bringing up Ryan Scholes.
Batting number 8, Jack Dvorak.
And we have a pinch hitter here in Jack Dvorak. Second and third, 2 down in the top of the 4th. For all your tire and auto service needs, look to Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Great deals on tires that fit your needs, so sure thing to get you back on the road. That's Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Dvorak hits it down the right field line, and an impressive foul catch made by Helke to end the inning. One run in for the Evergreens. We got the bottom of the 4th coming up after this.
Axis Insurance is your complete independent insurance agency for auto, home, business, and life insurance serving Wisconsin and Minnesota. Insurance can often be confusing and frustrating, but with Axis Insurance you get experienced advisors that pair you with exactly the coverage you need at the most competitive prices for every stage of life. Located in Weston and a proud supporter of area high school athletics, their business truly does revolve around you. Learn more at AxisInsurance.net or by calling 715-355-8400.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports in the bottom of the 4th. 15-1 in favor of the Evergreens. Teskey, Sillers, Waldvogel, due up for West. Carter Miller is still on the mound for DC Everest.
Leading off for the Warriors in the bottom of the 4th inning, the first baseman, number 12, Ty Teskey.
Thank you all for joining me this afternoon. The game moved up to avoid the rain, and we're hoping to avoid it in this one. And this is hit out to shallow outfield and caught for the first out. That was Jablonski ranging over to catch it. Bring up Ethan Sillers, the right fielder. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch strike from Miller. Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetic and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. Start a job making the money you need with flexible scheduling, a close-knit, fun-loving group with full-time benefits that start day one. Learn more at foundationfinance.com. That's chop foul down the third baseline. Miller stepping on the rubber, looking in, and delivers. That's a called third strike. Ethan Sillers down looking for the second out of the inning. Bringing up Miles Waldvogel. And we have a hitter here, pinch hitter here for Waldvogel.
Number 4, Alex Capitz.
And it will be Alex Capitz hitting in the 7th spot. Two down here in the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 to Capitz. That hits the inside corner, 1-1. This game moved up to 2 p.m. I'm sure at the end of the school year there's more freedom to have games moved up with classes winding down. 1-2 now to Capitz. I saw We at One broadcast already going at 1 p.m. and that's another strikeout from Carter Miller to end the 4th frame. 3 up, 3 down. Top of the 5th coming up after this.
Take your education out of the classroom and give new spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
The first tube was bent in 1968 back in a garage by our house. Shortly after that, we moved into a rented space in a machine shop.
Moving into this building in 2000 at 90,000 square feet.
So right now we sit at 165,000 square feet.
150 employees. Every day we look at how grateful we are to be where we are, but we never forget where we started. Here at J&D Tube Benders, we're a full custom hydraulic tube manufacturer. We can do anything from your simple bent tube component to a fully welded assembly.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. Dan Lau here. Thank you for joining me. Everest 15, Wausau West 1. Top of the 5th inning. Batting for the Evergreens, Rody Haupt George. Haupt stepping up to the plate. He is 2 for 3. 3 RBI, 2 runs.
The right fielder, number 37, Ty Rody.
And that's a strike to Rody. Bryce Blaubach still pitching here for the Warriors. From residential to commercial, industrial to agriculture, Newton Electric in Wausau has been serving central Wisconsin since 1977. Give them a call or find them online at newtonelac.com. For all your auto repair needs, Mosney and Rothschild turns to John's Auto Repair just off Business 51, north of Mosney. Auto repair you can trust to have it done right and get you on your way. John's Auto Repair. Rody fouling away a couple, 1-2. And he goes for that one, swings, and the throw from Claudy down to Helke to get him. 1 down, bringing up Aiden Haupt. Backus Family Chiropractic in Rothschild provides personalized chiropractic care no matter what issue your body is battling, from migraines and anxiety to stress or a wide variety of youth issues. Let Backus Family Chiropractic give you back the life you deserve. And we have a pinch hitter here, Cade Felch, batting in place of Aiden Haupt. One out, top of the 5th. And looks like we'll have another pinch hitter coming up. In place of Logan George is Cole O'Brien. One and one here to Felch. Up the middle to short and bobbled. And still, oh, nice stretch from Helke, or Teskey, my apologies. Safe at first is Felch with the, interesting if they'll rule that an error. He recovered from the bobble, just not in time. Cole O'Brien now to bat in place of Logan George. Outside corner, 0-1. And that gets past the catcher, but Felch staying put at first. One and one to the pinch hitter, outside, 2-1. And he thought about going around with the swing, but called a strike, 2-2. Blaubach looking in. And that's hit high and foul. And the sun back out. Oh, and that's ruled just high. Full count now. O'Brien versus Blaubach. And that's golfed for a hit into the outfield. Now runners on first and second for J.J. Lewis.
Brings up the center fielder number 1, J.J. Lewis.
Merrill Steel is your partner for structural steel fabrication. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest and apply at merrillsteel.com. Nicolay Bank offers personal banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. Learn more at nicolaybank.com. And that's hit off the end of the bat to the second baseman, and thrown out at first is Lewis in the 4-3 putout. 2 down, runners on second and third for George Jablonski. 1 for 3 today with a run.
Brings up George Jablonski.
Bounces away from Clotty. 1-0. That lands just high. 2-0. Now 3-0 to Jablonski. That's a strike. 3-1. Two in scoring position, 2 down, top of the 5th. Blaubach to Jablonski, and walked. Bases loaded. Got a pinch hitter here in place of Nevin Poppy. Cooper Ritchie.
36, Cooper Ritchie.
Blaubach's offering, hit, past third, and another run in. And coming around, 2 in. Felch and O'Brien score. 2-run single for Cooper Ritchie. Now 17-1. Brennan Hochberger back at the plate. Of course, he had that 3-run homer in the first inning. That's hit past third. And bases loaded once again. Schindler gets it in quickly. Bringing up another pinch hitter.
Number 4,
Zach Depke batting in place of Cole Van Slyke. Wind up pitch from Blaubach. And this is hit high into left and foul to the furthest corner in left. If that was fair, this place would have erupted. I think a lot of Evergreen fans behind me, as these two schools are quite close. But a pinch hit grand slam would have sent the place into a frenzy. And he strikes out and is tagged out to end the top of the fifth. Couple more runs in for the Evergreens. 17-1. Bottom half of the fifth coming up.
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
Elite Auto Care is a family-owned business providing top-notch car care to the Schofield, Weston, and Wausau area. They deliver honest and professional automotive repair and maintenance services with quality ASE certified technicians that you can trust. Elite Auto Care offers the latest technology and is equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on both foreign and domestic vehicles. From general maintenance, air conditioning and brakes to exhaust, axle repair, tires, or just a simple oil change. Turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. Bottom of the fifth. Everest 17, Wausau West 1. Batting for the Warriors, Marshall Helke.
Fifth inning, number 6, Marshall Helke.
Carter Miller still on the mound.
Come on, Larry. Speed up.
Oh, and 1 now to Marshall Helke. And that just misses. 1-1. Miller to Helke, hit down to third. Poppy scoops it. And nice throw to first. 1 down. Now pinch hitting Rohan Robbins.
Now batting number 8, Rowan Robbins.
And that's sliced foul. 0-2 to Robbins. And looking strikeout. Another strikeout from Miller. His 5th of the day, now 2 down. Travis Clotty, 0 for 2 today. 2-0 now to the West catcher. Stay tuned for the Merrill Steel post-game show. Of a word from coach and a player from Evergreens. And that's a walk. Bring up Ryder Schindler. Pinch hitter here. Hitting in place of Schindler is...
Brings up number 21 pitch hit, Parker Monday.
Parker Monday. Outside from Miller, 1-0. And that's a big cut. 1-2. Miller to Monday. And that's a called third strike to end the ball game. Evergreen 17, Wausau West 1. Stay tuned for our Merrill Steel postgame show. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest and apply at merrillsteel.com.
I want to thank both teams and the umpires for being flexible with the weather. Again, there is a tornado watch, so again, the storms will be coming through here.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our three facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick delivery to a job site. Finally, the last stage in our process is shipping. Our transit company, Merrill Steel Transit Services, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Merrill Steel Incorporated, consisting of more than 20 state-of-the-art trucks designed for transporting oversized and overweight shipments, along with hundreds of trailers ranging from 48-foot flatbeds to heavy-haul Jeep and booster combinations. We employ only the most highly skilled professional drivers, highly experienced mechanics, and knowledgeable office staff who work as a team to provide cost-effective service in a timely manner. Our shipping fleet is a major reason why we are able to be competitive throughout North America, including the contiguous 48 states, Alaska, and Canada. Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about us. We look forward to having you join us in building it big.
Welcome back to, we'll stand right here. Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. I'm with JJ Lewis. Evergreen's fresh off a 17-1 win over Wausau West, our highlight house player of the game here. Tell me a bit about the Grand Slam, just the feeling of it coming off the bat and just the eruption here.
Right, at first I thought it was just going to be a lazy fly ball, and then I just heard everyone cheering, and it just felt great hitting it. Came off the bat real nice. It's just perfect pitch, perfect location. I just jumped on it.
Yeah, and tell me a bit about your guys' approach at the plate today. You were patient early on, picking up a lot of walks, and then you made them pay with your home run and another home run by your teammate. And just tell me a bit how you guys wanted to approach hitting today.
We wanted to take first pitch a little bit, watch pitches, see it, and then as the game went on, we started attacking more, and then that's all we had to work on was attacking, and then we hit good when we attack.
And you guys are rolling 15 straight now. Tell me a bit how that feels.
Feels great. Best season I think I've ever had in my life.
And you know what to do next? Say your name and your house, or I'll count you in.
I'm JJ Lewis, and I'm in the house.
Thank you. Congratulations. DC Everest 17, Wausau West 1. This has been Dan Lau. Thank you for watching, and have a good evening.